Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments, and for subscribing. In this video, I'll be updating you on unfortunate love. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the notification button to be notified anytime I drop a new video. In this video, Lakshmi's trust shatters, seeing Rishi's betrayal. You need to watch to the end to find out what happened. Lakshmi was in pain. Lakshmi was crying. Lakshmi ran away and could not go back to the house. Oh my God. Rishi right now is looking for Lakshmi. You need to watch to find out what he did. Let's go. The episode starts with Lakshmi praying to the temple on side of the road and asks where to go to search for Rishi. She asks God to give her Rishi. A lady hears her and says, Tatastu. The lady asks her to go that way and get her destination. Lakshmi folds her hands, thanking her, and walks with injured feet. She thanks Matarani for showing the right way. Malishka ties the Gadbandan cloth fast. The storm gets heavier. Lakshmi reaches Malishka's house and calls her name and Rishi. She thinks there might be some way behind. Rishi and Malishka start taking rounds. When rain starts, Pandit Ji says how round will happen now. Malishka says it will happen and asks Rishi to do it fast. The Havan fire gets set off due to the rain. Pandit Ji says it is inauspicious. Rishi, Malishka and Pandit Ji go away from there. Lakshmi comes there and holds her injured bleeding foot. Karishma tries to stop Veranda. Veranda worries for Lakshmi and tries to go. Daddy gives her swear and asks him not to go. Neelam says Ayush went to search for her. Karishma blames Lakshmi. Daddy says she has gone to save the son of the house. Sonia says Bua is saying the right thing. Veranda scolds her and asks her to shut up. Sonia goes. Karishma asks what kind of behavior is this with Sonia. Rishi calls Neelam. Neelam asks why you haven't come home still. She asks where is he. Rishi says he is in Malishka's house. He had to come here. Neelam asks, what are you doing there? Rishi pretends as if he couldn't hear her and ends the call. Neelam tells the family members that Rishi is in Malishka's house. Malishka comes to Rishi and tells that Pandit Ji said that God don't want us to marry and that's why this has happened. Rishi says Malishka. Malishka says, why does he think negative? She says she will go and change her dress and asks him to change too. Lakshmi takes out the pierced sharp glass from her feet. Malishka asks him to bring the Marga Sutra from outside, as how will marriage happen without it? Rishi goes out to get the Marga Sutra. As she gets up and thinks whose marriage is happening here, Rishi comes there and gets the Marga Sutra. Just then, the marriage altar falls down. Lakshmi hears him screaming and shouts, Rishi! Electricity goes in Oberon's mansion. Karishma says it is not safe at all, the way the thunderstorm is striking. Neelam and Veranda argue over Rishi and Lakshmi. Lakshmi comes to Rishi calling him. Lakshmi asks Rishi to get up. Malishka comes there. Lakshmi tries to pull Rishi from under the pillar, but suddenly the fire is caught around him. Lakshmi says nothing will happen to him and takes him inside with Malishka's help. They make him lie down on the bed. Lakshmi asks Malishka to call doctor and asks him to open his eyes. Malishka recalls Pandit Ji's words. Lakshmi tells Malishka that she knows about the doctor and will bring him here. She asks Malishka to take care of Rishi and says I will go and come in 5 minutes. Malishka holds her hand and says your foot is bleeding. Lakshmi says I won't let anything happen to him. Malishka thinks Lakshmi loves him so much and Rishi was doing a mistake. She says if it was God's wish that our marriage haven't happened and thinks what to do, shall I go away from Rishi and Lakshmi's lives? The episode starts with Lakshmi walking on the road with her injured foot and feels pain. Malishka thinks I will not go away from Rishi and will not let Lakshmi win. She says, I will not feel guilty. Our relation is old. Even I love and care for him. And even I understand him. She says, that's why I didn't tell you anything when you were feeling sad for Lakshmi, gave you space and let you fight with your emotions. She says, we both are made for each other and says, you love me the most. Lakshmi comes to the hospital and asks doctor to come with her, as her husband's condition is bad, and says pillar fell on him and he fainted. Doctor says, how can I come at this time? Weather is bad. Lakshmi pleads in front of him to save her husband and says his mother can't live without him and his family. He pleads and touches his feet, asking him to come with her. Doctor says, I will come with you. Lakshmi takes his bag and tells about him. Doctor says, I will take care. Rishi gains consciousness and takes Lakshmi's name. Malishka says Malishka, not Lakshmi. Rishi recalls Pila falling on him and says, I thought that I will not be saved. Malishka says, you don't remember anything. Rishi asks, who has saved me? Malishka says, I saved you. She says, even the fire was caught, but I moved the pillar and haven't thought about myself. I saved you. She says, I was so scared and couldn't think anything. Pandit Ji says, weather is good now. Half an hour is remaining for the Mahurats. Malishka says, I don't think Rishi has the strength now to get married. Rishi says, you have saved my life, risking your life. How can I refuse? Malishka says, how you will take the rounds, being weak. He says, I will return your favor and will marry you. Malishka asks him to dress up as the groom. Pandit Ji says, how can the marriage happen in the same mandap as it is destroyed? Malishka agrees with him and says they will marry on the same mandap. She asks Rishi to get ready. Doctor tells Lakshmi that her husband will be fine with her love and not by his medicine. He says, you are Sati Savitri for your husband, and asks her to relax. He asks her to have strength and says he will be fine soon. Rishi and Malishka sit to marry again after wearing the marriage outfit. Lakshmi asks doctor to stop the car. Doctor says, I will park the car and come soon. Lakshmi gets down the car. Pandit Ji asks Rishi and Malishka to stand up for the garland rounds. Rishi and Malishka exchange the garlands. Lakshmi comes to the room and finds Rishi missing. She thinks, where did he go? He might be fine. She hears the mantras reciting by the Pandit Ji and comes out. Pandit Ji ties the Ganbandan cloths and asks them to stand up for the rounds and begin taking the rounds. Lakshmi thinks mantra sound is coming from outside and thinks if marriage is happening outside, if Rishi is outside, thinks why doctor haven't come till now. She comes out and sees Rishi and Malishka taking rounds. Her trust shatters seeing his betrayer. Rishi stops seeing Lakshmi standing there. She thinks of her conversation with Malishka and Rishi. Lakshmi sits in shock, gets up and goes from there. Rishi takes out the Gadbandan cloth and runs behind Lakshmi. She recalls his betrayer while going out of the house. Doctor comes there and calls Rishi. He says, Lakshmi called me here. Malishka says, I called you here and will give you visiting fees. I have called you. Doctor says, okay. Rishi calls Lakshmi and comes out of Malishka's house. Lakshmi recalls Guru Sharan's words and Malishka's words. She then thinks of Rishi's words, that she is made for him. Lakshmi moves back and runs from there. Ayush comes there in a car and asks Rishi where is he. He sees him dressed as the groom with garland on his neck. Rishi says she came to know everything. Malishka comes out. Pandit Ji says now marriage can't happen and goes. Malishka asks Rishi if he will marry her. Ayush asks if Lakshmi saw you both getting married. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back for more updates from your favorite Z Word series.